I mean, anytime you're down 21-0 at any point in the game, it's going to be tough. I mean, we dug ourselves a hole from the beginning, and we knew we couldn't do that if we wanted to win the game. We had to come out and start like we started the second half last week, and we didn't do that, and it went downhill from there.
What are you telling your guys in the locker room after a game like this?
I mean, just, first and foremost, keep your head up. We still got, a season left. We still got 3 more games left to play, and, don't let this control whatever we got to do.
Darren, does NDSU differ? How do they differ from other teams?
I mean, NDSU is a really good football team. Don't take that away, but they just do the little things extremely well. They stay on the block the whole time they need to. They block downfield. They do that stuff on defense. They're very fundamentally sound. And I mean that's what we're trying to work for. And as you can see, teams that do have that are very successful, and they are very good at what they do.
During 3 losses in a row, is there like one thing that this team is doing wrong right now that is causing some of these problems?
I mean, there's some things. There's a lack of confidence, I think, sometimes in some of our players, and I mean that's our job as upperclassmen to make sure that kids understand what they're doing. They're confident when they get in the game, that they aren't second guessing themselves. When sometimes you second guess yourself and play slow with the score touchdowns, and that's apparent sometimes in what we do, and that's on us to get that stuff figured out.
Any final questions for the players? One more. First one, just looking at the offense today. Were there some things missing? Obviously, getting down by 21 kind of threw the game plan out the window a little bit, but things that maybe you could have done that didn't do?
Not necessarily. I mean, we got off to a slow start with our type of offense. We can't start slow in any game, and we just didn't execute enough.
First of all, congratulate Coach Kleiman, his staff. They've got a really good football team, and they were a lot better than we were today. I'm disappointed. I 3rd week in a row I've said this, and I know it sounds bad, but 3rd week in a row I think we've underperformed as a football team. That's my fault. That's our coaching staff's fault. We obviously aren't putting our guys in the right positions. If you make mistakes and don't execute against a team like North Dakota State that's got tremendous players and great experience, they make you pay, and they made us pay today.
Bob, can you point toward a lack of motivation, a lack of energy, or is it's just a combination of things?
I thought our guys had really good energy today. It came out. First drive we moved the ball a little bit. Maybe we should have went for 4th and 1 there in that first drive. We got to stop right away. Thought our guys were battling, and then we give up a big play. We gave up a big play that set up their first touchdown. Same thing happened on the next possession. And then all of a sudden we're down 14-0, which is not where you want to be against a team like that. We're having a hard time stopping teams right now. We're not playing very good defense. Some of that's correctable, I think. The other thing is we've got to be better offensively to compensate for that, and I thought North Dakota State did a good job. We got some rhythm at times offensively, but not consistently enough to keep pace. And we needed to score 35 points in that kind of a game to have a chance, and we didn't get that done.
Is your confidence growing in Austin's run game?
Oh, he's a really good athlete. I mean, we ran him a little bit more today just because there were some things that we felt we would be able to do against what they might do defensively. You know, a couple of those today were actually designed runs, designed quarterback runs. You know, we don't want to have to run him, but, you know, right now it's really the only way we're getting much ground game going. And again, that's, you know, credit to their defense and something that's still a little bit of a work in progress for us.
Bob, it seems like everybody in that CS has been susceptible to an upset this year, except so far NDSU. Any thoughts on that?
You know, I'll say it again. You know, I think they've got a really good football team. You know, I've been around a long time, and the thing that when I watch them, it's hard to find, you know, a lot of chinks in their armor, and I don't want to jinx them because obviously I got some really good friends on that staff, but you know, they're solid. You know, they play good defense. They're good in the kicking game. I think probably a little bit more balanced offensively than even, you know, the last couple of years NDSU teams. So it's going to take a really good team to beat them. That's going to have to play really well.
Bob, looking at the next 3 games, what are some things that you can tell your kids to, you know, to make the most of what you got left here?
Well, I told them in the locker room, you know, let's draw a line in the sand and kind of start over. You know, we've got to figure a few things out. You know, you know, our youth continues to show up at times, which is, you know, that's not an excuse. I mean, we're 7 weeks into the season, 8 weeks into the season, and so it's not an excuse anymore that we're a young football team. All those guys have played, so we've got to, you know, we got to do a better job from a coaching standpoint of, you know, putting together plans that we can execute and execute with a little more confidence. I think Darren, you know, Darren might have said it best. You know, we're a team right now that, because of what's happened over the last 3 weeks and combination of turnovers and some mistakes, we're not playing as confidently as we need to, and something that, you know, obviously we've got to find a way to build.
Is player resolve at this point something that the coaches are going to have to start thinking about, or is it not an issue for this?
You know, I hope not. You know, obviously you get a game like that and the score gets away from you. It makes it that much harder to play hard. You know, we had some guys that battled, probably some that could have battled a little harder there at the tail end, but you know, that's, you know, if you're going to be a college football player, you're going to face adversity at some point in time in your career, and so we're facing it right now as a team, and you know, we've got to help our guys get through it. That's part of our job as coaches.
What do you see when you see Easton Stick when you're watching him out there?
You know, he's a good football player. Yeah, I think the thing that he's really improved upon is his, not just the ability to operate the offense, but, you know, he makes what you want your quarterback to do. He makes important plays at critical times. You know, made some really good throws on 3rd down. Threw the deep ball pretty well today. I thought, you know, in both cases on a couple of those long passes, we had fairly good pass defense, put the ball in a good spot. Plus, he's capable of you know, making plays with his feet. So he's developed into really a complete quarterback, and he's got a really nice supporting cast offensively. I'm sure, you know, some of the intangible things, I mean, I don't know the kid, but it just, you know, watching the way that he leads on the field, I'm sure there's a lot of similarities, you know, from a leadership, personality standpoint. I think I mentioned to you this yesterday, that what you want great quarterbacks to do is be able to make everybody around them better. And, you know, watching him, you know, just from a visiting coach standpoint, I would say he's a guy that does that.
Do you think Austin does that too?
Austin's coming. You know, I thought he battled today. You know, obviously the one interception was a bad decision. Threw a ball into coverage. You know, he's growing. Made a lot of plays with his feet. You know, he's going to be a very good quarterback, and he's got to continue to improve.